Hi, everybody. It's time for story time from the Satsuma Public Library. And today we are tuned in with our Bridgeway children. Can't wait to get you back up here, but for right now, we're going to do it the new way. We are ecstatic, and each week I'm going to wave to three of you in the Satsuma and the Saraland branch. So be listening for your name, and don't get your feelings hurt if your name didn't get called out this week, because the next time I do story time, I will pick three more names. And this is to any of the other children who are out there watching besides our Bridgeway children. But we are definitely in the process of getting tuned back in with our Bridgeway kids. We're glad to have you here today. Hope it's a nice day for you. And since this month is Valentine's month, so we're going to read a couple of books on Valentine's Day. And I want to, at our Satsuma group, I want to wave to Jackson, and I want to wave to Tessa. Hi. And I want to wave to Salem. Then from our Saraland group, hi Lily and Blakely, hi, and from Norman. We're so glad that you're here today. So let's get started. We have a few more things to talk about. We actually are doing a craft today, so you should have your craft there, because Miss Evelyn brought them down and left them at your schools. So let's get started on our story. And today we're going to start out with Silly Tilly's Valentine. So let's see what Silly Tilly's Valentine was like. Silly Tilly's Valentine by Lillian Hoban. It was Valentine's Day. Silly Tilly was baking cupcakes. Ring, ring. The telephone rang. "Good morning, Tilly Mold," said Mr. Bunny. "Do you remember what today is?" "Oh dear," said Tilly. "I forgot to remember." There's Silly Tilly making her cupcakes in her kitchen. "Well, today is a special day," said Mr. Bunny. "Look out your window. You will see." Silly Tilly looked out the window. "It's snowing," cried Tilly. "It is a special day. Just right for making a snowman." "Snow is nice," said Mr. Bunny, "but it's not what I meant. I will see you later." He hung up. "Maybe if I go outside, I will remember why today is special," said Tilly. "Then I will know what Mr. Bunny means." Tilly put on her boots and her coat. She opened the front door. Swish! The wind swirled snow all around her. "Goodness," said Tilly, "I forgot how cold snow is. I need a scarf and mittens." Tilly put on her scarf and mittens. Tilly went out in the snow. Wherever she looked, everything was white. The bushes in the garden were white. The trees were white. The path was white. The mailbox at the end of the path was white. But something in the mailbox was bright red. "Oh," cried Tilly, "that looks special. Maybe that's what Mr. Bunny means. See her mailbox? All that snow, but she sees that bright red sticking out of the mailbox. Tilly ran down the path to the mailbox. Swish! She slipped. Plop! She fell down. Oh dear, said Tilly. I forgot to remember how slippery snow is. See there, she's a slipping and a sliding, and then she falls. Tilly lay flat on her back. The wind blew snow all around her. Snow fell on her face and sprinkled her glasses. Goodness, Tilly said, it's snowing so hard I can't see a thing. Just then, Mr. Mailmode came to deliver some valentines. Tilly, he called, why are you laying in the snow? Are you making snow angels? Tilly blinked her eyes, but she could not see. Is that you, Mr. Mailmode? She asked. I can't remember why I am laying in the snow, but I don't want to make snow angels. I want to make a snowman. Oh, good, said Mr. Mailmode. Wait, and I will help you. He tried to stuff the valentines into Tilly's mailbox, but there was no room. He's the mailman. Mr. Mailmode put Tilly's valentines down in the snow. I'm ready, he said. He started to roll a snowball. We will need a big snowball for the snowman's bottom, he said. We will need a carrot for his nose, said Tilly. Tilly ran to the house to get a carrot. But she could not see, and the wind blew her around and around. She forgot where she was going. She ran toward the mailbox instead. Suddenly, the wind blew Tilly's valentines up out of the snow and into the air. Red hearts and pink hearts swirled over Tilly's head. Oh, cried Tilly, how lovely! Colored snowflakes. I will put them on the snowman before they melt. Tilly hurried to pick up the snowflakes, but she could not see, and she bumped into the mailbox. Is that you, Mr. Mailmode? She asked the mailbox. Help me put these snowflakes on the snowman before they melt. Tilly, where are you? Called Mr. Mailmode. He went up the path to her house and knocked on the door. The snowman is finished, and he needs the carrot for his nose, he called. Oh dear, I forgot to remember the carrot, cried Tilly. Poor Tilly is very forgetful. Just then, Mr. Bunny came hopping down the road. I will tell you what else you forgot, he said. You forgot this. Mr. Bunny pulled a big red heart out of the mailbox. I made this Valentine for you, and I wrote a poem too. said Tilly. "A Valentine. That's what I forgot. I forgot to remember it's Valentine's Day, and I didn't make a valentine for you." Tilly started to sniffle. "That's all right, Tilly," said Mr. Bunny. He took out his handkerchief. "Here, wipe your eyes." Tilly wiped her eyes. She wiped the snow from her glasses. She could see. She read the poem on her valentine. It said, "Roses are red, violets are blue, honey is sweet, and so are you." "That's beautiful, Mr. Bunny," she cried. "Thank you." "These are for you too," said Mr. Bunny. He picked up all the red and pink valentines up out of the snow. There's one from Mr. Chipmunk, and one from Mrs. Field Mouse, and one from Mr. Woodchuck, and one from knock, knock, knock. Mr. Melmo banged on Tilly's door. "Tilly," he called, "are you there? I smell something burning." "Oh my goodness," cried Tilly. "I just remembered. I didn't forget Valentine's Day. I baked Valentine cupcakes." Tilly ran to the house and into the kitchen and opened the oven door. There were the heart-shaped cupcakes, all golden brown and beautiful. "It's all right," said Tilly. "Just some crumbs burned." Tilly iced the cupcakes with pink icing. Mr. Melmode and Mr. Bunny took turns licking the bowl clean. Then they each had a Valentine cupcake. And Mr. Melmode promised to deliver the rest of Tilly's Valentine cupcakes to all of her friends for Valentine's Day. The end. Now we know what Silly Tilly's Valentine Day was all about. And the next, we're going to read Amelia Padilla's First Valentine. And Amelia Padilla is that First Valentine is by Herman Parrish. Amelia Padilla saw hearts everywhere. She spied them in the sky, spotted them at the park, and even found them on her French fries. She was surrounded by love. "Mom, where are you?" Amelia Padilla yelled when she got home from school. "I'm in the living room," Amelia Padilla mother's I'm in the living room. Amelia Padilla's mother was playing cards with her friends. Amelia Padilla loved to play cards too. She peeked over her mom's shoulder. "Hearts! A whole handful of hearts." "Wow," Amelia Padilla said. "Look at all those valentines." Her mother's friends laughed. "Amelia Padilla," said her mother, "don't tell them what I'm holding." "You're holding cards, Mom," said Amelia Padilla. "Anyone can see that." Amelia Padilla's mother handed her a brand new deck of cards. "Here, a present for you. Now skedaddle. Your snack is in the kitchen. Cupcake." Amelia Padilla couldn't find any cupcakes in the kitchen, just a plate of brownies. She grabbed one and sat down at the table. She put her new deck of cards in her knapsack. She liked them, but she didn't really need them. She already had a bunch of cards to finish before Valentine's Day party at her school tomorrow. Amelia Padilla's teacher, Mrs. Edwards, had made cards for everyone to decorate at home. Amelia Padilla got right to work. Many of the cards confused her, so she did her best to fix them. She put a band-aid across the broken heart, tossed peanuts into the envelope with the squirrel, warmed this card up that said, "You're too cool," gave the seal a kiss, and was just about to drizzle honey on the bee when her father came in through the back door. Now, me and Badilla's getting on these cards for school tomorrow. "Hey, Daddy," she said, "did you know that tomorrow is Valentine's Day?" Amelia Padilla's father kissed her on the top of her head. "So your mother has reminded me every day this week," he said with a chuckle. "Tell me something I don't know." Amelia Padilla thought for a second, then said, "Teddy lost a tooth at recess." Her dad smiled. "Teddy is lucky," he said. "He'll get a visit from the Tooth Fairy tonight and a visit from Cupid tomorrow." "Who is Cupid?" asked Amelia Padilla. "Cupid is a little baby with wings," said Amelia Padilla's father. "He flies around on Valentine's Day and shoots arrows at people when they least expect it. If his arrow hits you, then you fall in love with the next person you see." "What?" yelled Amelia Padilla. "Don't tease me, Daddy. Babies don't have wings." "It's a myth, not a joke," said Amelia Padilla's father. "Now what should I get for Mom? Candy? Flowers? Jewelry?" "Yes," said Amelia Padilla's mother. "I'd like all of the above." Amelia Padilla looked up. All she saw above was the light on the ceiling. Why would her mother want that for Valentine's Day? That night, Amelia Padilla had the most amazing dream. Cupids, hearts, and candy kisses swirled all around her. "I'm nuts for you," squealed a giant chocolate squirrel. Fuzzy sugar bees floated through the air. She's having a good dream. When Amelia Padilla woke up the next morning, she was still a bit sleepy and she was late. She jumped into her clothes, woofed down her breakfast, blew her parents a kiss, and raced for the bus, quick as a whistle. "Come on, slowpoke," the bus driver called. "You're holding us up." "That's impossible," Amelia Padilla said. "I'm not strong enough." She climbed on board and tucked the special Valentine's Day cards under her seat so they wouldn't get scrunched. The Valentine's Day party started right after lunch. There were decorations and games and tons of treats. There was a giant cake baked in the shape of a heart, an enormous bowl of fizzy pink punch. "Can I have a little punch, please?" asked Clay. Amelia Padilla gave him a little punch on his arm. "Ow!" called Clay. The other kids laughed. Amelia Padilla did not. She was too busy keeping an eye out for Cupid and his arrow. At last it was time to exchange Valentine's Day cards. That's when Amelia Padilla remembered what she had forgotten. Her cards were still on the bus. Amelia Padilla was miserable. "Amelia Padilla, You are wearing your heart on your sleeve, said Miss Edwards. What's the trouble? Amelia Bedelia looked at both of her sleeves and saw stripes, no hearts. I don't have any cards for my friends, she said. I left them on the bus. She put her head down on her desk and she started to cry. The whole class gathered around Amelia Bedelia. Here's what we'll do to make everyone feel better, said Mrs. Edwards, patting Amelia Bedelia on the shoulder. Let's get busy. Everyone, please pick an activity. You can make your own heart box, play pin the heart on the skeleton, or I can show you a card game called Hearts. I have an idea, shouted Amelia Bedelia. She looked at Miss Edwards and smiled. She wiped her eyes. She opened the deck of cards her mother had given her, and she took out her markers. It's okay, announced Amelia Bedelia a few minutes later. I've got Valentines for everyone. Late that afternoon, Amelia Bedelia found her Valentines on the bus, right where she had forgotten them. She was thrilled. She leaped off the bus and zoomed down the sidewalk. She held the heart box she had made at the party up to the sky and twirled around and around and around. Thunk! Bullseye! Yelled a boy as he jumped out of the bushes. The boy was Jeremy, and he lived on her street. She'd known him since she was a baby. I'm not a bull, Jeremy, she said. And this is not an eye. You could have broken my heart. See his arrow where it landed? Right on her heart box. I don't want to break your heart, Amelia Bedelia, said Jeremy. Amelia Bedelia didn't believe him. Cross my heart, he said, and he really crossed it. Was school fun today? Mom made me stay home because I was sick this morning. You missed Valentine's Day, asked Amelia Bedelia. Now she felt sorry for Jeremy. So sorry that she decided to give him all of her special cards. Here, Valentine's Day, she said. Thanks, he said, walking away. He turned and blew her a kiss. Amelia Bedelia made a face. She sure didn't love him, but there was no reason not to like him. When Amelia Bedelia's father got home, Amelia Bedelia and her mother gave him a box of chocolates. He presented a bouquet of flowers to Amelia Bedelia's mother and a bracelet to Amelia Bedelia. The bracelet sparkled and a tiny pink heart dangled from it. Thank you, Daddy, said Amelia Bedelia. Now I can wear my heart on my wrist instead of my sleeve. Hug time, shouted Amelia Bedelia's father. Double hug time, shouted Amelia Bedelia's mother. Triple hug time, shouted Amelia Bedelia. It was the greatest family hug ever, and Amelia Bedelia wished they could stay just like that until next Valentine's Day. The end. I hope that you have enjoyed the Valentine books. And now, I want all of my Bridgeway children, you should have a Valentine like this. Miss Evelyn took every one of you a Valentine, So get out your crayons, and I want you to color it very pretty for someone you love. It can be your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your grandparents, anybody that you want to give it to. So color it really pretty. And Miss Evelyn is going to start coloring on hers. But I want to be talking to you about something while I'm starting to color on my Valentine. And I think that I will give my Valentine to my boss, Miss Tiffany, because she is such a good, wonderful boss. And she really runs our library very well. But while I'm coloring, we have a brand new program here at the library. And it's called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. See the sign behind me? You need to have somebody bring you into the library and register you so that you can get the newsletter that tells you what's going to go on. You're going to get a sheet of paper to record your books on. Now, when you read 100 books, you come back to the library and you get a reward. And that will be lots of fun. And then every time that you hit a mile marker of 100 books, you come back, and then when you hit 1,000 books, you did it. You come to the library and you get your picture on our wall of fame, and you get a very nice tote bag, and you don't need to stop reading there. Reading is so much fun. You can go anywhere in the world when you read. So we want all of you've each got one of these to take home to your mom and dad. So take it home and have them bring you in and sign you up so that we can get you reading towards your 1,000 books. And it says on here, 1,000 books may seem like a lot, but if you read just one book a night, you'll meet your goal in less than 3 years. But if you read 3 books a night, you could reach your goal in just 1 year. So ask our friendly staff for suggestions, because we're here to help you on this journey to 1,000 books. I want you to finish your coloring. Miss Evelyn has started hers. And like I said, I'm going to give my Valentine to my boss, because I have a very good boss, and I appreciate her. I appreciate all my Bridgeway children watching today. I hope you each have a very happy Valentine's Day. Hope you have a big party at school and lots of fun. So until we can meet again, I'm going to sign out. Bye, Bridgeway. Have a good day. See you next time. Thank you.